something you ain't, simple and plain.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Well, for the Wizards, they come into tonight's game after the loss to Sacramento. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Gortat is out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Porter at the three.
Good way to start the game there. I mean, that's a nice inside bucket.
You're right, Clark. That's exactly what you would want to establish that presence down low early in the game.
1 year out from the big Kevin Love for Andrew Wiggins trade, and you have to think that the Wolves are pleased. Wiggins, Clark, has looked amazing.
Yeah, to get talent from a player who wants out is one thing. To get a player of Wiggins' caliber is a whole nother level, and that's a good get for the Wolves.
Now here's Garnett. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. And now Beal pushing it up, and no one back to stop him.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Now here's Wall. The pass to Beal. Porter in the corner. Clock at 6. Washington needs to get a shot off here. And that one comes up a bit short. On defense, the Wizards. Kicks it to Martin. A baseline J. Rebounded by the Wizards.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
They set the pick. And Beal kicks to Wall. Outside for Beal. Garnett against Dudley. Fires, high post. Beal can't get it to go.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Now here's Towns. Gortat with the steal. And now here comes Wall leading the break. And Beal kicks to Dudley. Pass to Wall. Dudley dishes to Beal. Just 5 on the clock. Wall's shot is off.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Russell, no good. For Washington, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. It's Wall with the drive. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one is on Towns.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And a switcher also for Washington. Oubre's checked in for Porter. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Clark, getting back to Wall and Beal, they really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
Shot's good by Williams.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Wall passes to Beal. And Wall kicks to Beal. And another miss by Washington.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Here's Chalmers. At the top of the key, Jang. Good, it's Chalmers with the assist that time.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Chalmers against Wall. There's the screen. Beal gets a wide open look. Hits it from three-point range. Beal's got 5 now.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Now, here's Chalmers. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Dang. The shot is off. And it's Washington the other way. Beal against Williams. It's deflected. It's stolen by Bass. Bass, a screen on Wall. Williams attacking. Jang dishes to Bass. Stolen by Dudley. Oubre, no one around him. And again, Washington with the triple. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Bass with a screen for Williams. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
It's Beal on the wing, and it's off the back rim, no good.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Dishes to Prince. Jang, a screen. The feed to Chalmers. Beal against Williams. Pulls it from the elbow. Beal pulls it in.
And not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
And it's good. Minnesota really had a rough year last season. A lot of people know that, obviously. A lot to do with their defense. They just, Greg, struggled in almost every defensive metric.
Yeah, and, you know, they struggled at times guarding the basketball, but ultimately I think the biggest issue for them was their inability to protect the rim. That's an area and a point of emphasis that has to improve for this young team.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
You know, with the Timberwolves in their defense, it was the league's worst in opponent field goal percentage. Also dead last in field goal percentage, which takes threes into account for the value they add. So near the bottom of the league in block shots as well. Hard to win when you're struggling in those areas.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Jang. Wiggins comes in for Brandon Bass. Martin's checked in for Tayshaun Prince. And it's Russell in for Mario Chalmers. The Wizards also changing it up. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Gortat. Thomas Robinson comes in for Jared Dudley. And it's Anderson in for Beal. And the call will go against Thomas Robinson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And really, overall, the defense was just very poor. The defensive field goal percentage at the rim, worst in the league last season, and you don't have to block them all, but you need to do a better job of challenging shots, something the Wolves are going to have to work on.
Here's Russell. Towns. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Robinson passes to Anderson. Off target from three-point range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Thomas Robinson. Wizards trailed by 5. Oubre kicks to Dedmon. They need this. And the layup is good. Dedmon's got his first points of the game.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Whoops, they pick off the pass. And Wall kicks to Hickson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And getting back to J.J. Hickson, he's forever had the size and strength to get it done. His problems have always been that lack of discipline and an unrefined set of tools. I mean, unfortunately, last season highlighted those flaws.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Russell against Wall. 6 on the shot clock. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Talking about Hickson, every time you count him out, he surprises you with a streak of inspired play. Then every time you count him back in, he puts up a dud. Hard guy to figure out right now.
And John Wall, guys, is still one of the most explosive players in the league. His speed makes professional athletes look like they are stuck in mud.
Russell kicks to Wiggins. Here's Towns. No luck. Now Washington takes it the other way. Out to the right wing. Oubre dishes the Wall. And stolen by Russell. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Williams can't hit.
So far on the glass, it hasn't even been close.
Yeah, they're taking it to him. It feels like they've gotten every loose ball.
Well, you're talking about Wall's burst. He can go end to end in seconds. Clark, you're amazed. You said he's a blur.
Yeah, rack to rack in a nanosecond is what Wall can do. I mean, his speed is something special. Here's Williams after the made shot from Kelly Oubre.
There's the dish to Wiggins. Outside Williams. It's Martin on the wing. 4 on the clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Washington has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Oubre can't get it to go. The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Passes to Towns. Oubre with the steal. Wall passes to Oubre. Knocked loose. Timberwolves trail. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Martin with the bucket. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
And here's Wall. He dishes it to Dedmon. Down low. And here's Anderson for 3. And the basket good. Anderson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of the...
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Wizards lead by 2. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
So on the floor for Washington, Bradley Beal and Otto Porter Jr. are the wingmen. Jared Dudley out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Sessions in at point guard. That's good. Dudley's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Wizards. Russell kicks to Martin. Back to Russell. They set the pick to the paint. Martin goes in.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. Dudley's got 6 points in the quarter.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Williams dishes to Prince. Towns kicks to Prince. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Towns.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Porter. Misses off the left iron. Looking at the Wizards, they weren't as lauded as other teams last season, but the Wizards were a ferocious group on defense. Numbers support that. Their activity, Greg, could really bother teams.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, oftentimes people look at them and think offense, but it really was, to your point, Kevin, the defense was the strength of that group. I mean, they do get out in transition, but it was the defense, I thought, that really allowed them to become elite.
Bass passes to Williams. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Now, here is Gortat. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And you mentioned the Wizards and their defense last year. They had the second best field goal percentage defense in the league. The only team that was better, the NBA champs, Golden State.
Here's Chalmers. Chang, a screen. Bass against Dudley. And Bass kicks to Prince. Kept alive, Minnesota. Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Feeds to Sessions. It's Beal on the wing. The 19-foot shot. No good for the 5th time from the floor this game. He's made 2 shots. Chalmers with it. Now Beal defending. Pass to Bass. He feeds it to Chalmers. On the wing, Williams. There's the pick. And again, it's Minnesota.
And guys, more on that Wizards defense last year. They clogged up the middle well. Third best in the league in points in the paint allowed. They also were great at stopping fast break points. Top 10 in the league in that regard.
There's the pass to Dudley. Tries to snap the cold streak. And again, Washington no good. Prince, that's for 2. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Now Sessions. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. He kicks it to Beal. Beal can't get that one to fall.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Pass to Prince. Back to Jang. And he jams it with authority.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And the shot is good. Sessions has got his first 3 points of the game. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Minnesota calls timeout. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Minnesota making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. And then for Washington, Drew Gooden is checked in for Dudley. And it's Anderson in for Beal. Anderson against Wiggins. Bass with the screen. Wiggins dishes to Bass. It's deflected. They recover it. And he recovers it. That's good.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's Sessions. Off the screen. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Sessions. Anderson's got 5 now.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
Bass passes to Dang, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot before second violation. Robinson's checked in for Washington. The Wizards have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline play.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Wizards making a switch here. Hickson's checked in. Wiggins outside. Back to Chalmers. And Bass kicks to Wiggins. 5 on the clock. Stolen by Anderson. Sessions with it. Anderson outside. From deep three-point range. That's miss number 3 for him. Now 2 for 5 from the floor. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open. That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Chalmers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. From deep, Prince. J.J. Hickson grabs the rebound.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Now here's Sessions. Here's Robinson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in this short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
And for Robinson, the trade's weigh on him as well. Clark, he said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And last season, really a tale of 2 halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dan. Garnett comes in for Brandon Bass. Kevin Martin is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And it's Russell in for Mario Chalmers. Oubre is checked in for Washington. Wall comes in for Sessions. Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. The quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
Yeah, and you know, the team's point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
Washington has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Oubre sets the screen for Wall. Oubre dishes the Wall to the left wing. And here's Anderson for 3. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 5 assists in the game. Outside, Russell. Martin against Anderson. Oubre with the steal. Now here's Wall. There's a screen by Robinson. And Wall kicks to Robinson. Hickson passes to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. Anderson's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 3. They set the pick. And it's Russell in the corner. The 3. Kept alive, Minnesota. Towns, no luck. Wizards leading by 3. Left side, Wall. Hickson dishes to Robinson. It's Wall with the drive. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Wall's got 6 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Russell kicks to Towns. Garnett against Hickson. Outside, Martin. Trying to get back on track. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio. Here's Wall. Anderson passes to Hickson. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Wall. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Kevin Garnett.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Now, here is Russell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And it's blocked.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Prince dishes to Garnett. Russell kicks to Towns. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 5 assists in the game.
They've slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
And Clark, I'd like to see them go back outside. They've been shooting well from the perimeter.
Robinson passes to Wall.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game. And the first one drops. Beal's checked in for Anderson. And so Wall nails both of them. There's 21 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And here's Russell. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. In the corner, it's Martin. Three-pointer, but they'll get another chance.
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays. And I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight.
We've seen John Wall handling his business. He's got 11 points and some of his offense coming at the foul line with 5 points there.
Clark, 5 pretty big points indeed.
Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Towns is out there with Garnett. And it's Russell in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Flip Saunders. Now, here is Russell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Shot clock at 5. The fadeaway. Beal pulls it in.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Dudley dishes the Wall. Kicks to Beal. For 3. Minnesota with the rebound.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
Now, here is Russell. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game. Garnett against Dudley. It's stolen by Wall.
He was on that pass in a flash, read it, reacted, and then picked it off.
Dudley, no luck. Timberwolves trailed by 8. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team you like playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
Now here's Wall after the miss from Kevin Garnett. Stolen by Martin. To the middle. He's looking for Russell and finds him. Here's Towns. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. That's now 8 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
Washington calls timeout.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The Junkyard Dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. 2 attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Prince comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Williams in for Kevin Martin. Washington leading now by 6. And Wall kicks to Beal. Now Wall. 11 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Gortat. Beal. It's deflected. They retain possession. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Williams passes to Towns, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside, Wall dishes it to Dudley. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Dudley's got the lead up to 8 now for Washington. Wall against Russell. To the inside. Here's Wiggins. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Russell kicks to Williams. Back to Russell. Wide open. And that one hits back iron.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply. Good possession there, resulting in the easy one down low.
The feed to Towns. No good. Gortat with the defensive effort.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
But they get it back. Porter from deep. And Wall. Here we go now. Rebound, Minnesota. Wiggins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. On the wing, Williams. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Most of the time, that shot will go down, or the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
The three from Dudley. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Washington's offense last year looked solid on paper, but in reality, it was much tougher to defend against. They could hurt you in a number of ways.
And the Wizards, Kevin, could get you in transition, but they could also, as you mentioned, they could get you with their half-court sets. Top 10 in field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage last season.
Washington calls timeout.
And, you know, for the Wizards, it wasn't just how they scored, but who scored. I mean, they ended the season with all 5 starters averaging double-digit points, and that's a rarity.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Martin's checked in. The Wizards also changing it up. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Gortat. Oubre comes in for Porter. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall.
And thinking back to the Wizards having all of their starting 5 scoring in double digits last year, those are the kinds of teams that coaches hate to plan against. Any given night, one of them can step up and hurt you, and you just couldn't plan for where their points were going to come from.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, not typical. They've been dominant on the board, but they are still falling short on the scoreboard.
Beal dishes to Dudley. And again, Washington no good.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
It's stolen by Sessions. The dish now to Beal. Passes it to Dudley. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound. Towns with the steal. Russell with it. Now Beal defending. Russell passes to Martin. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got assist number 8 now on the night. They set the pick. And Sessions kicks to Dudley. Sessions against Russell. Feeds it to Dudley. Hickson is screen on Wiggins. Dudley's shot is good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on him.
Russell again. Sessions. He dishes it to Dudley. Hickson passes to Sessions. Shot clock at 6. Beal against Williams. Nice D from Russell.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Plenty of space. Washington with the rebound. Beal's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Now here is Martin. 10 points for him. Pass to Towns. The 17-footer goes down. Towns has got 10.
And guys, one of the most beautiful things to watch in the NBA, when Kevin Martin gets hot with the jumper. I mean, there are guys with range, and there are guys who dial it up from a different area code. But Kevin Martin, he sends it home literally from another planet.
Here's Beal after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Beal. Here's Hickson. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
And Towns gets it to go. And for Kevin Martin last season, it was a struggle, Clark. He played only 39 games, but he still averaged 20 points and hit almost 40% from three-point land.
Kevin, it's just a matter of health with him. You know if he's healthy, he's going to put the ball in the basket. He gets to the line too well. He's an excellent three-point shooter and driver, but he's light of frame, and injuries have been his nemesis recently.
Now, here is Russell. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Dudley dishes to Sessions. Fires from the wing. Beal can't get that one to fall.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Outside for Martin. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Towns, no luck.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Beal from long range. Beal can't get that one to fall.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? And let's see.
Minnesota calls timeout. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. A quick, powerful athlete, Greg, high basketball IQ, had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Towns. Bass comes in for Wiggins. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Kevin Martin. And it's Chalmers in for Russell. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called with a 5-second violation.
If they can't take care of the basketball, they're going to have a very hard time turning this game around.
True. Their turnovers are piling up in this quarter.
There's a screen by Robinson. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. The shot is off, and Minnesota will come the other way. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And Chalmers kicks to Zhang. Gortat with the block. And he gets it back. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Chalmers. Sessions with it. Just 3 on the clock. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And we've reached the end of the third. Wizards out front, up 6. And we'll... Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So the Wizards 5 right now. Allen Anderson out there with Wall. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. Then it's Robinson. And it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. There's a screen by Robinson. It's Anderson with the drive. Just 4 to shoot. That one goes. Count it. Anderson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Wizards. Here's Chalmers. Bass with the screen. From deep, Prince. Another miss by Prince.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And he gets the bucket. And now it's an 11-point Wizards lead.
And he's looking to really stretch this lead out, even with the cushion they have, still letting it fly from long range.
Chalmers pass to Martin. Back to Chalmers. Down low. Jang inside. Guarded by Robinson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And one thing about Mario Chalmers last season, he really had to play a different role. And it took him some time, Greg, to get used to.
Yeah, anytime your team loses a superstar like LeBron James, other guys get asked to do a little bit more. Mario was asked to be more of an aggressive scorer, a role that isn't so easy to jump into after 6 years of being that 4th or 5th option in the offense.
Washington calls timeout.
You know, going back to Mario Chalmers last year, guys, I mean, having to take on more of a scoring role was tough for him. His field goal percentage dropped 50 points from the season before. His three-point percentage dropped even more. His assist numbers were down. Well, I bet you part of that was the fact LeBron was no longer there.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
And on the topic of Chalmers, you know, he's a complimentary player. He can D up, he can hit the open three. He's been known to hit big shots, a solid finisher, and that is valuable. But when you ask him maybe to do a little too much, then you're not playing to his strength.
That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Kevin Garnett. Outside, Wall. To the middle. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Despite an overall strong year in 2015 for the Wizards, they were pretty weak at times, Clark, on the road.
Managed only 17 wins away from home, tied the Pelicans for the fewest road wins for any team that actually made the playoffs last year.
Robinson hits them both.
And for the Wizards and their road problems, a lot of it came from their inability to defend the three. I mean, they were in the bottom third in the league at defending the three as the road team.
Chalmers dishes to Garnett. There's a screen. Wiggins drives in. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And you know what's odd about the Wizards' road problems is that they play outstanding defense otherwise. I mean, compared to 2014, they definitely took a step backwards in regards to their road play last season.
Russell, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. There's a screen by Gortat. Back to Anderson. To the paint. Here's Wall. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
Russell kicks to Martin. Launches a three. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
And stolen by Russell. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now. Having one seems to have helped the level of play overall, but I think there's some improvements that can be made.
Yeah, with the D-League coming into its own, though, Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now, but having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too. Washington making some changes. Jared Dudley's checked in for Porter, and Beal subbed in for Allen Anderson. So it's Minnesota now. Martin the best to Dang. Good.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
Wall attacking. And it's sent back by Russell. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Zhang, a screen. Outside, Russell. Shot clock at 5. Shoots it up. No good off the front iron.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Dudley with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Robinson left side. Dudley against Wiggins. And Wall. Here we go now. Excellent D there from Garnett.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
Yeah, but they've got to find a way to convert those extra possessions into points if they're going to come back in this one.
Here's Wiggins. Tries from the block. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Very strong start to the career last year of Andrew Wiggins out of Kansas. Just 1 year with the Jayhawks. Came out strong early on. And Clarkie never slowed down.
Yeah, found his stride early and just kept strutting his stuff right to the tune of Rookie of the Year.
There's a screen by Robinson. It's Beal on the wing. Shot to end this cold run. And Wall. Here we go now. Gortat dishes to Beal. Off target from three-point range.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Martin kicks to Zhang. Inside. Robinson with the block. Now here's Wall. He feeds it to Beal. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. And that's 10 points here for Beal.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
One guy who's been getting it done is Jared Dudley.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
Minnesota calls timeout. Well, the Timberwolves knew that last season would be one not to worry about winning with Coach Flip Saunders. It was more about growing as a team, and you know him. That's one of his specialties.
Yeah, Flip Kevin's a great teacher, and so to have this young group and show the improvement they did over the course of the season was important. And really, it's mostly just about getting guys used to a system and preparing for what could be a really bright future.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dan. Prince comes in for Kevin Garnett. Rudez checked in for Wiggins. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Russell. The Wizards also changing it up. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gortat. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Thomas Robinson. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And Sessions kicks to Beal. Now the pass to Dedmon. Williams with the steal. Prince, the pass to Rudez. Kicks to Williams. Pass to Towns. Prince outside. And that one swishes right in.
And, you know, as you said, with Minnesota, I think last season was just about letting the young guys grow and develop, giving them minutes. They had a really young team. The average age last season, under 25 years old.
Sessions dishes to Porter. Dedmon kicks to Beal. Beal with another miss.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Sessions against Williams. Towns, the pass to Martin. Sessions with the rebound.
And down the stretch, they let the young guys play through their mistakes. And I thought for the Wolves that was important. Wiggins led the league in minutes played after the All-Star break. A lot of those young Wolves logged heavy minutes and got great experience.
Lets it go from deep, but they recover it. Wizards passing it around. Porter. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Wiggins is checked in for the Timberwolves. Russell comes in for Kevin Martin. And then for Washington, Gortat's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Thomas Robinson comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's John Wall in for Sessions. Wall dishes to Dudley. And here's Wall. There's a screen by Robinson. And Dudley kicks to Gortat. Shot clock at 6. There's the steal. Oh, here comes Williams all alone. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing possible. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
And with the game literally hanging in the balance, a play like that is an igniter. That's where momentum can become a game changer.
Here's Wall. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Right side, Williams. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And a miss there on the triple. Wizards leading by 6. And Wall kicks to Beal. Right side, Wall. Robinson passes to Beal. 5 to shoot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this one following a loss to the San Antonio Spurs. Wiggins sets a screen for Williams. He kicks to Wiggins. And the dunk by Towns.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Dishes to Beal. Clock at 6. Got a piece of it. Towns with the steal. And it's Russell in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Now just a 2-point Washington lead. Washington's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. It's Wall with the drive. Beal up top. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
Wall dishes to Gortat. And Wall kicks to Robinson. And there's the feed to Douglas. Inside. Wall, that's good. Wall's got 4 this quarter.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
The dish to Rudez. Down low. Here's Towns. Connects. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
Dudley the pass to Wall. Over Wiggins. Wiggins with the block. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. .34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Wall. Here we go now. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
This is John Wall at his on-fire best.
And he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the harm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
And the Timberwolves call timing. They're trailing by 5. 27 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Kevin Martin, he's checked in for Russell. To the paint. The kick out to Williams. To the inside. Passes to Rudez. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Wiggins drives in. Nobody near Williams. Good! Here's Wall. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. 8 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Towns. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
That's the second personal foul. 5th team foul.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Taking 2 shots.
And he is unable to get the second one. And so they foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
2 shots.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
And so it's the Wizards with the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.